Hey guys, let's talk about E's origin. But before I begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Scott. Welcome all to Nerd Strategy. Now, what is E's? This is actually an RPG series that made its debut over on the TurboGrafx 16. This game was released over on the PSP, the PlayStation Vita, and as of recent, the PlayStation 4. And oh yeah, it's also been released on Steam. Now this game takes place roughly 700 years before the first game that was debuted on the TurboGrafx 16 takes place. So in this game, Ys is attacked and Rhea and Fina decide to investigate on who attacked them. And they leave the city or the floating continent of Ys to investigate, but they don't tell anyone that they're doing this. So a search party from the Holy Knight of Ys are sent down to investigate and see what's going on, and that's where our story begins. Now in this game, you're able to play right off the bat 2 characters, and you're able to unlock the third. You're able to play as Hugo and Unica. You get to choose whichever one you want to play as. And then later on you get to play as Toll after you beat the first 2 stories. Now the way they handle the story in Ys Origin is a lot like the way they handle Resident Evil 2's story. Each character has its own path to follow, different cutscenes. The dungeon layouts and bosses are mostly the same. And through playing each of the characters' individual story, you uncover all the facts and all the little details on what happened when the search party was going out and investigating and doing its own little thing. Except for Toll, who actually is on the enemy's side of this, and you get to see his perspective on how things happen from that other side of the angle. Kind of like a dark story, if you will. Now the gameplay in this, it feels like a dungeon crawler. That is the best way to describe it. You are literally grinding through this tower and just smacking around enemies left and right, and just grinding and figuring out all the little puzzles and grabbing artifacts to unlock certain things that give you abilities like breathing underwater or something of that nature. Now I found that the grind in this wasn't actually too bad, and the game, you could beat each story in roughly about 10 to 12 hours. You have Hugo using magic spells where he could shoot missiles and stuff at people. Unica, she uses her axe. She's able to slash around all over the place. And then Toll, once you unlock him, he's basically just a hardcore melee, just striking everything as fast as you can. Now, Unica can use magic, but it's a lot more limiting than what Hugo can use, because Hugo can shoot out massive beams of fire amongst with various other things. But both characters, like whenever you're deciding to pick up this game and start off, they're easy enough to grasp. And the music, I'll be honest, it was kind of a letdown. Usually Ys games have fantastic soundtracks that you could just listen to like you would any other type of music. There was a couple of cool tracks in here. I mean, some of the dungeons are really colorful, other ones are somewhat boring, and they had these little character models that are somewhat chibi-like. I wouldn't exactly call them chibi-like, but they are cartoonish. And the extras for this, well, let's just say after you beat the story with all 3 characters, you unlock a time attack mode. And as one of the bonuses, you actually get to use Adol, the main protagonist in 90% of all of the Ys games. Now you can't use him in story mode, but in time attack mode, you can use him there and have fun with him there. Now, I had a lot of fun playing Ys Origin. I didn't play it all in one setting. It was one of those games I would go back to when I really had nothing else much to play, and I would play a bit of the story for a couple of hours from time to time. Now, if this is your first Ys game, I would recommend playing Ys 8 or checking out some of the other PSP games they've made. But if you're a huge Ys fan and you want to look into more of the aspects and the lore of Ys, this is definitely one of those games to get into. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and check out some of my other videos on the channel. And I'll catch you guys later.